Hi, and welcome to this grammar video. This time, we're going to talk about the passive voice in the past simple. Do you remember that there are two ways to speak in English? No? Well, these two ways are the active voice and the passive voice. In the active voice, like in this sentence, Robert played basketball last Saturday, we see that someone does something. Except in this case, someone did something, because the sentence is in the past simple tense. In the passive voice, we have to make some changes because passive voice is used to say that something is done by someone. In our example, basketball was played by Robert last Saturday, we are saying that something was done by someone because that action happened in the past. Let's slow down a little so that this video becomes easier to understand. When do we use the passive voice in past simple? We use the passive voice in past simple when we are interested in what happened to an object, not on the person, animal, thing that did the action. Let's see an example. This nice car was fixed last week. In this sentence, we're interested in the fact that the car was fixed, but we don't know, and it is not important to know who fixed the car. Here is another example which shows that in passive voice sentences, which are in past simple, knowing exactly who did the action is not relevant to fully understand the sentence. My lunch was taken. This sentence is in the passive voice because we don't know who took my lunch. It could be any person. And because the only thing that matters to me is that I don't have my lunch now because it was taken, the identity of the person who took it doesn't matter. Therefore, the sentence has to be in the passive voice. What are the steps to change an active sentence in past simple to the passive voice? First step, identify the subject, verb, and direct object in the sentence. Our example says, the owner of the company sent emails to the Peruvian office every day. The subject is the owner of the company. The verb is sent. Now, remember, to recognize the direct object of a sentence, we ask who or what to the verb, which in our example is send. We ask, who did the owner of the company send? We can answer this question with the information from the sentence. So we now ask, what did the owner of the company send? And the answer is emails. This means that emails is the direct object of the sentence. Step 1, done. Second step, take the direct object of the active sentence, which in our example is emails, and use this direct object as the subject of the passive sentence. So, we write emails first. Step 2, done. Third step, write the verb to be and use the past simple form of this verb. If the subject is singular, we will use was. If the subject is plural, we will use were. In our example, the subject, emails, is plural, so we use were. After that, we have to write the verb in past participle. So we write sent, which is the past participle of send. Step 3, done. Fourth step, look at the subject of the active sentence and decide if the subject provides important information to understand the sentence. If the subject is important, we write it, and before the subject, we add the preposition by. In our example, the subject is the owner of the company, so we write by the owner of the company. The owner of the company is indeed important information for my sentence, so we have to write it. Therefore, done. Fifth step. Write the indirect object, if there is one, in the active sentence. The indirect object in our example is to the Peruvian office every day. And we write it exactly like that, but at the end of the passive sentence. Step 5, done. As a result of following the 5 steps, we have our passive sentence. Emails were sent by the owner of the company to the Peruvian office every day. Alright, that is the end of this video, and hopefully everything is clear. So, let's do some exercises now. Goodbye.